today. So first, I would like to say welcome everyone to Asia HRM. My name is Marie. So I've been a member of Asia HRM for quite some time, since 2018 or 19, I think. So I would like to thank Ms. Rita. So Asia HRM is a community of HR professional across Asia. So we aim to provide a sharing platform for everyone. Okay, so we have a lot of members from Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, okay, Cambodia, Philippines, Myanmar, Thailand. And you can add more. So Hong Kong, right? I should not forget. And also from Bangladesh. So it's a community of HR professional. And our aim is, again, so this is the dream of Ms. Rita, is to create a platform where HR professional in Asia can have a voice and then can have a career development, okay, to reach to become a C-suite, right? So chief HR, or make your career grow as HR professional. So I think Ms. Rita started Asia HRM in a good way, okay, because now I can see we have 34 participants already, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more coming in. So the topic for today is critical thinking. We have two speakers. This is very interesting because critical thinking, first, Mr. Chris Anthony. So Mr. Chris Anthony is from Singapore. He has 32 years of experience in HR training and development. So he worked in different countries. So basically, he has a lot of ideas and knowledge to share with us regarding this topic. So he will share with us about how to use critical thinking for general HR practitioners. Okay, and then the second speaker would be Ms. Bulan Rani. Ms. Bulan Rani is from Indonesia. She has 20 plus years HR experience, and she will share with us about critical thinking on decision making as leaders. So I think it's very, very timely topic. So without further ado, I will not keep you waiting and ask for more. So I'll give you Mr. Chris for his talk. And again, I would like to remind everyone, if you have any questions, you can write on the chat box. And after the end of each presentations, I will read your questions and we will have our speakers to answer your questions. So each speakers will have about 15 to 20 minutes of their presentation, including question and answer. Thank you very much. So again, Mr. Chris, I'll give the floor to you. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. I believe all of us are from HR. Or anybody outside HR? No? Well, HR, this forum is not new to me. I have participated once before. Am I right, Marie?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I've participated once before. I am very thrilled when I speak with people from HR. Having been a practitioner, now a HR businessman, I do practice at the moment. I've been working in HR for almost 32, 33 years now, getting in more HR, and now I do training and development. So like what Kim Liang was saying, Kim Liang for quite a while also. There are some familiar faces I know. Of course, Marie is one of them. Marie and I had worked together with the Dara group. I have been in Cambodia for quite a while. Before that, I was in Thailand. I worked in Thailand for Dusit Thani International for nearly 4 years or so. Prior to that, I was in the Maldives, there for about 6 to 7 years, working in the Maldives as mostly corporate HR work. Even in Cambodia, I was a corporate director for HR till last year. It's about exactly a year since I left Cambodia and back to Singapore, owing to COVID. COVID had got me to come back to family life. Otherwise, I'll be still stuck with Cambodia. And that's where I met Marie. Isn't that right? I don't think I met Marie anywhere else. She was doing HR and training, if I'm not wrong. That being a little bit about myself, I've traveled considerably to some countries, China, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Guam, Sri Lanka, and a few other countries, Brunei and Malaysia. So now I got rooted. I can't go anywhere because of COVID. But I'm planning to visit Cambodia sometime next month or the month after. So that's a little bit about myself. We can talk later if we want to exchange notes on social life. What do I do? Now, when Marie approached me on critical skills, I hope you can hear me well. Yeah, on critical skills for HR. I was trying to scramble. Where do I begin? Because HR is a huge topic. What do we actually need HR? Many of you have come across HR or working with HR, meeting different characters, different peoples, and many of them would ask you different questions on critical skills. I will try to sum up everything. If you do have anything more than that, we can always liaise, and you can write to me, or you can ask Marie to help you connect with me, or she can also help you. Now, critical skills, what do we understand critical skills? First, human resource. I don't have to go into human resource because you know practically what is human resource, working with people, especially in the rise of the gig economy now. There are a lot of changes that have taken place. Many people want to know what are the critical skills that are required now to tackle COVID. COVID has changed the lifestyle of many people. So what is human resource? Critical thinking in HR roles that help foster our growth, our HR people's roles. We have become more involved because of COVID. People who have been not involved in COVID, I think Shamron, your profile will have to turn. Yeah, right. That's right. Thank you. So COVID has changed the lifestyle of many of us. Essentially, the success of all business depends on HR people's positive roles. As HR professionals, we play a very pivotal role in how our companies can be successful. This morning, I was talking to my former boss, Mr. Richard Dusem. I think Marie knows him. He's the managing director, and he just came back from Canada. So I caught up with him. I said hello to him. So we spoke for about an hour, and he wanted me to come back to Cambodia to help out organizations in the transformation of HR. So I gathered from him that there is a need in Cambodia now with COVID situation. We are now improving. It was good to know that, or read also that Cambodia has improved a lot in terms of COVID. So there's a need for us to look into how critical thinking can help, how HR people can improve. Now, critical thinking is something that begins with HR people. We have been involved, we have been looking at mundane work, but we forget about the word critical skills. What do we do? What do we do in order to look at the critical skills? So some of the skills that I have worked on was skills like creativity, things like self-reflection, improving ourselves, presentation skills. Many of these are neglected because of the sudden COVID situation. So we have now get back to what are the pivotal roles that are required in order for us to uh, tackle the problems that are arising in our companies. Having said that, I know you all have no communication now. It's only a one-way traffic. I speak now. We want to know how our leadership abilities, firstly, we look at our leadership abilities, how we conclude where do we want to take our organizations to. There are some of the most crucial soft skills that HR professionals will have to look at now, like problem solving, team building, communication skills, training and development. Things like this have been put in the cold room for a little while because our prerogatives, our priorities have been COVID. So the key skills have been forgotten. So we're looking at how active learning has also taken a backseat because we did not focus on the required work that needs to be done. I know in many organizations, particularly in Cambodia, which is still fresh, we started looking out for detergents and chemicals and all these things in order for us to tackle. So the vital skills that are required for HR were less forgotten or completely forgotten. If I were to speak for myself, we did have the ability, we have the people, but the focus was more on COVID, how to tackle COVID. Having said that, I spoke just now about leadership. Our abilities to reshape the workforce now has been forgotten. We did not do anything about training. Our leaders have had little time to tackle productivity, look at the corporate framework, how we can gather the executives. If I recall, my morning briefings were solely on how to tackle COVID. So the leadership skills have been neglected. That's one of the critical skills that I think we should have had more impact shown. But I believe with things improving now, we will be tackling the vital skills that HR people need. Teamwork. I'm not sure many of your organizations, the team building factor, which was neglected before or less emphasized because of COVID, now will have to be taken more seriously. I speak fresh in my mind is Cambodia, and I know how things have taken place. The other countries which I am in touch now with are still struggling with whatever. But then in Cambodia, I think the critical skills which have been neglected have to be revived once again. Now, if we talk about the critical skills that are needed and neglected, one area I like to, it may not be in order, but I look at trainings like emotional intelligence, how people refer to personal mindfulness, how the emotional intelligence plays a role at this point of the situation. How do we tackle EQ? Our staff's concerns, many of them are worried about how their jobs will be secured, how we can help them retain? How do we train them? So the EQ part is a primary determination for people to stay with us. And I think the HR people have not, well, I dare not say have not worked on that, but have to look at the emotional intelligence of our staff, right? The other is communication skills, our interpersonal communication skills. We have been putting ourselves into from morning till evening, uh, how to tackle COVID, but I think our communication skills have also need to be improved. Communication helps you avoid misunderstandings, build teamwork, which I think this is very vital skill that has been, I wouldn't say completely, but have been given less emphasis. Uh, as you know, at this point, we all talk, it's very crucial, but we all talk about how to improve. The hiring and firing of people, how do we promote the hiring process? There's a lot of staff turnover. I know in Cambodia and in other countries also, there have been loss of jobs. Many people have lost their jobs, retrenched, or people have resigned because of safety reasons. Now you have to pick all that up and start recruiting. Now, how much of emphasis are the HR people giving to recruitment? I can speak for Cambodia, which is struggling to recruit more people. When I told you earlier that I was talking to the managing director of Dara Hotels about an hour or two ago, and he told me how important training is, stepping up training again. There's a lot of things that HR people will have to work on training their staff. Before training, the hiring of the people, getting the people is not flooding the industries or the companies with a lot of people, but choosing the right people. So we got to build our organizations, all our organizations once again because of COVID. And this is a critical skill that many HR people do not. They just want a head and two hands and two legs. But I know this is a very tight situation, but when you want to recruit people, you have to recruit the right person for the job and train them and make them become adaptable to the organizations. So recruitment is one area that the critical thinkers will have to spend more time spending. How to recruit executives, how to recruit supervisory staff. There was a time that I was very comfortable. My assistants were very comfortable in recruiting people because people just immediately come in. But at this point of time, I think it's tough getting the right people for the job. How do we improve the team within the organization? HR people will have to have compounded training, regular training within the organization, which involves promoting people, like I mentioned, the recruitment and promotion. How do we gather them and give them the skills to reckon how they are going to help the organizations? So it's vital for, first and foremost, the HR people to be involved in presentation skills, in the language ability, in communication skills. How important is that for them to self-reflect? The times that we were enjoying is no longer there. So I would think that this is one of the critical skills that we have to look at. critical thinking is universal. We have to sit down, have a coordinated effort with all your people in the department, including your GMs, including all the executives, and come out with concrete ideas how to garner the support of all your employees. So that's one area that you have to come out with creative ideas on how we can help out in getting these people to acquire the critical skills that are needed. I know it's a frightful moment. It's quite a sensitive time, but surprisingly, and not that surprisingly, but having spoken with some key executives in Cambodia, I find that Cambodia is improving now, positively speaking. Now, I will leave you at this point of time to ask me any questions. I have been advised that my time is running short, but I will definitely be able to assist you if I gave you my contact number or email number, or you speak with Marie. And I will leave you now for questions to be answered. Perhaps my other colleague will help Miss Rani. Right? Thank you, Marie, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Chris. I know because since we're doing it lunchtime, so we are time constrained, right? But I think we learn a lot from what you have discussed for this one. So in HR perspective. So again, I encourage everyone, if you have any questions, please we can have at least 2 questions to answer by Mr. Chris. If not, then we can continue with the next presentation by Ms. Rani. Okay. Again, so if any question, I'm willing to give you you can contact me. I will give you the phone number, contact information of Mr. Chris. So
Sure.
if you have for future reference, or if you have any questions regarding this topic.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Chris.
Thank you.